Hi, today we're going to talk through the next segment of workout number 1, which is the defense and diving sequence. So the defense and diving sequence is important because we need to be comfortable getting to the ground to play the ball. So sometimes during the rally, you just can't get to the ball on your feet, and you have to be willing to sacrifice your body to get to the floor and keep the ball off of the floor, because that's the essence of volleyball, keeping the ball off the floor. We are going to take you through a progression so that you can get comfortable at a slower pace, not having to worry about actually playing the ball at first, not having to worry about passing, just getting comfortable getting on the floor. So you're going to need a tosser for this set of drills, and that person is going to be catching balls for you, and you're going to be aiming at trying to put the ball up at their forehead. For the first step in the progression, you're going to be kneeling with the side that you are going to be diving toward. That leg should be up. So if I'm going to my right, I should be kneeling with my right leg up so that I can then do the dive toward my right, like this. And then if I'm going to be doing my reps to the left, I should have my left knee up so that I can do my dives to the left, like this. Another thing that we talk about in volleyball is how you have to get up quickly, and in a later workout over the spring and summer, we are going to have you guys have to practice doing a roll to get up, but we're not going to start with that. It's something that I'd actually really prefer to teach you guys in the gym. So for this exercise, we're just going to be focusing on the diving part. If you're an established player, you've played club, you've played in middle school, and you already know the roll, you can do these with a roll to practice getting up as well. But if you're a brand new player, don't worry about it yet. So in the examples that I just showed you, I was doing the first progression, which is to scoop the ball from the floor toward my partner. In the next progression, your partner is going to toss to you, and they need to make a toss that's fairly close to the ground so that you can still dive. If you don't have to dive in order to reach the ball, you need to redo that rep because it doesn't count. After you've finished with your partner tossing and you're catching the ball and flicking it up using your wrists, you're going to actually go to a pass. And the difference between this kind of a diving pass and a standing pass is that you don't have your legs to use anymore. So you're going to have to do what's called a J stroke, which is where you actually break your elbows and your wrists as you pass the ball in order to get the ball up. So a normal pass looks like this, and a J stroke looks like that. So a normal pass and a J stroke. After we are finished with our kneeling series, both catching the ball and passing the ball, we're going to move to doing defense from our feet. So a defensive position is a little bit different than the passing position that we've talked about earlier. You're going to have your feet a little bit wider, and you're going to have your weight still forward, which you will see when I demonstrate. The point is that the lower that you are to the ground, the easier it actually is to fall. So even my 5'11" girls need to get super low, and you're going to be trying to take a step so that you can dive from a low position. It would be a lot harder for me to get on the floor from this position than from a down and ready position where I'm already close to the ground. So when we're practicing all of this, it's really easy for new players to want to dive onto their knees, especially because in volleyball you have knee pads. However, that is going to hurt you in the long run. You don't want to rely on your knee pads. You actually want to be diving on this portion of your leg that has more muscle on it, between your knee and your hip. So this is your landing pad for all of your diving. Or on this side, it's right here. On this drill, your passer might have a hard time getting the ball in a perfect spot like mine did, and that's okay, especially when you're just learning. So if there is a ball that you don't have to dive for, don't dive. Practice getting your feet there like I did. If there's a ball that is just out of your range, go ahead and try to do the dive anyway, because you never know what you can touch. So So what we've been talking about today has been a dive that we use when we're going to the side and forward, or straight to the sides. So it looks like you're down, you step, you play the ball, and then you dive. And you can land on that part of your leg that we talked about before. If the ball is straight in front of you, the dive is going to look a little different because you're going to put your leg out when you're going for the ball instead of rolling your body over. And so it's going to look a little bit more like this. For this drill, you guys are trying to go to the side. You're going to have to work with your tosser. I want you guys really practicing the side dive, not the open and front dive, okay?